Hi everyone, welcome to a Stamping to Share video. My name is Kalthoff and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And today I'm going to teach you how to make this great guy card. It looks just like this, and you'll notice that, well, maybe you won't be able to notice. I'm not sure if this is going to show up, but I did spritz some sparkly on here with our Vanilla Shimmer Smooch Spritz. That's kind of hard to say. And it looks so cool in real life. Very, very shimmery. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to teach you how to make this card. So we are going to need, first of all, a piece of soft suede cardstock. And I have this cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. So we're going to fold this card the long way here. And this will be the front of our card right here. I'm going to use a bone folder so it'll stay flat shut for us. And then the inside of our card, which I think we're going to go ahead and do right away. This is a piece of Sahara Sand cardstock cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper here. And we'll do our stamping. Set this out of the way. Here's our scrap. And we are going to use a stamp set called Gorgeous Grunge. It looks like this one. Very, very versatile set. You can make all kinds of neat effects with it. So we're going to have something that looks a little bit like sand, something you'd find along a shore. These are shore birds that we'll be stamping. So we're just putting a little bit of sand along the bottom here, a little bit of splatter. And then if you want, you can take the main image that we're using on the front of our card, and it's some of these birds, and you can just stamp that in the corner here. So we've got a little bit of water bird action going on right there. Just livens that card up a little bit. So now we'll go ahead and we'll just put this on in our card. So I'm just adding a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue at the top. And we're going to set this right here. Now Father's Day is coming up, so this would be a great Father's Day card, or it'd be a great birthday card. And you can stamp whatever sentiment in there you want when the time comes and you know what you're going to be using the card for. And now let's go ahead and work on the front panel. The front panel, again, uses Sahara Sand cardstock cut at 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And then I used Stampin' Up! Smooch Spritz. It looks like this. This is what it looks like before it's all shaken up. And then before you use it, you want to shake it up nice. See how that mixes all of that shimmer with the carrier. And then you spritz it. Now I'm not going to spritz it because I've already done that. I did that off camera because it can be a little bit messy. I always put down a little bit of cardboard and leave plenty of room because it is sometimes a little bit hard to aim. So it looks like this. Now one thing about the card is you'll notice there's some grooves here where we're going to be stamping our sentiment in between these grooves. These grooves are made with the Simply Scored scoring tool. So I will show you how to do that. So I'm going to bring my score tool into the video, and I'll move this for a moment. So here it is, and what I like about the Stampin' Up! Score tool is you have these place markers here so you can set them wherever you want them. So if I'm doing a whole bunch of cards, I don't have to really pay attention to the measurements really well, because once I figure it out once, I can put my markers in and then leave it. And so what you're going to want to do is lay your cardstock down with the shimmer side up, and you are going to take your score tool, and at the 2 1/2 inch mark, you're going to pull that score tool in. And then you're also going to do the same thing at the 3 1/2 inch mark. And then we're doing a double line, so we're going to go 1/8 inch in from 2 1/2, and then we're going to go 1/8 inch in from 3 1/2. So we get these double score lines here. And again, I'll bring this up to the camera so that you can see the effect of that. It looks really cool. Now we can move the scoring tool out of the way and bring our scrap paper back in because we're going to do some more stamping. So we have, again, I'm using Sahara Sand ink. I don't know if I mentioned that before. And the first thing I'm going to do again is stamp some of these lovely dot pieces all over the front panel of our card. And just a few more. There we go. Now we're ready to put our birds on, and I'm stamping the birds with Stays On black ink. And I'm going to make sure I have these right side up. We're just going to set those in right here. Lovely. And then we want to add our sentiment. Now the sentiment, I should show you where the birds are from too. The birds are from the stamp set called Wetlands. It's a great stamp set, lots of naturey things in there and some nice sentiments. And then we also have another sentiment set, which I've chosen to use on this card. It's called For You. And the reason I liked this particular stamp set for this card is it's got this thinking of you and birthday wishes that are kind of long and skinny, so they fit really well on a long card, and they fit really well in between these score lines here. So for this card here, I use Thinking of You. Again, that would be a great Father's Day card. But for this card, I'm going to change it up and use Birthday Wishes. So I'm inking up the Birthday Wishes with Stays On black ink, and I am going to do my best. Let me move this out of the way for a second here. Do my best to get that in between those score lines. Nice. I think I did a good job. All right, and now one thing that you can do to accent this is to take a blender pen, and here's the Sahara Sand ink pad, and I'm just going to press the lid into the base, and we are going to use a blender pen and do some neat blending here on these birds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend in the water and the reflection. You can see how cool this looks. So basically, you can look for these little hash marks on your stamps, and wherever you see those, that's usually a good place to add some color when you're using a blender pen or any kind of color tool that you might be using. But it's just kind of a clue where you can add your color. And then I'm actually not going to color or put any color on the birds. I just want to emphasize, again, a little bit of that sand and reflection going on at the bottom. So our card is almost complete. We're going to bring the base card back into the picture. To grab it back here. And now we're going to take multi-purpose liquid glue, run a line all the way around the card, and flip that over and just set that right onto the front panel of our card. And then the finishing touch is to use one of our basic metal buttons that's in the spring catalog, and I've taken a little bit of natural thread, and we're just going to set this right about here. And our card is complete. You can see how much interest that button adds. I just love that look. And I'm holding it hoping you can see the shimmer, but you might not be able to. But I'm going to put the other card back in the picture for you. And here it is. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Have a great day, and thanks so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.